Okay, here is the self-watering system. Very simple. We have a feed bucket. The bottom there is a connection to a hose or a tube, whatever you can do. You bring it over to the gate bucket, and that bucket maintains a certain level of water in it to equal that of the level of the bucket in the other buckets that go down the line, and they're kept connected with a tube, a half-inch tube. And here is a sample of a bucket that I modified to put the stuff in, the plantings in. And all it is a regular bucket that I drilled with hole saw, a hole there like that, and drilled a lot of little holes there down the bottom to let the moisture go down to the reservoir down there. And the reservoir here is filled with the same level as this one here. This one here, they're all at the same level, see? And then when the water's drawn, what's going on is I put this bucket here in, like there, and then I put this cup here. And the reason for the cup is that when you put your plantings in, your packing soil, what do you call it, potting soil, you put it in there and put it into this cup down there. It's full of holes. It draws water through the dirt in there and out into the dirt in the area here in the upper section, and then the plant gets constant moisture. It's not wet, the roots are not wet, they're just kept moist, you know, as is needed, because as it dries out, it draws more water from below. The same thing would be with this one and others if you want. So they're all being fed by this bucket here, and the control level of the control is kept by this bucket here. It has a little like a valve, a valve that controls the levels, like a toilet valve, you know, ball cock, I guess you call it. But I can get these at Amazon for like $8 a pop, so you can have others. Now here I have a tomato plant. It is not being fed by anything, but it does have a reservoir. And these by the way, these are feed tubes. So you have to water on top there. You just feed it directly to the reservoir, and the reservoir keeps the water planted or watered properly. So I go into this here. There's a PVC 3/4 inch pipe there. I just checked the level with a stick there. I made a little marking and see how much we got. Okay, we got half the reservoir is full. See, I just put a dipstick in there and make a mark where the water is full, the full line, and I can see in reference to the full line that we are half full by the water mark. So that works pretty good if you just don't want to have buckets ganged together. Hey, the system works. All you need to get is 5/8 grommets, half-inch tubing, cheap buckets at Home Depot for under $3 a piece. Those valves at $8 a pop, tubing, PVC, and you're underway. Now, this bucket here, I perforated the sides of it because I've been reading that the roots like to get to the edge of the buckets, and then they start bunching up, you know, they start getting root bound. So when the root hits the hole, it dries up and falls off. But you know, so the roots stay short and they don't get root bound. I'm walking over here to, here's a bag, like a Walmart bag. You can get these and fill these with dirt and put a hole in the bottom for that cup I told you, and dip this over a reservoir. Now these I got on Amazon, they're bags, and I think like maybe 18-inch diameter bags, 15-inch diameter, and they're made out of fabric, landscape fabric, and you fill them with potting soil and put your plant in there. And these are fabric. The reason for the fabric is that the roots, they stay cooler in the summer, and then the roots are healthier because they do what they call air pruning. The air prunes the roots to the proper length. It prevents root bound, I guess they call it. Okay, that's enough.